It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Well, here we are on Friday. We made it to Friday. Looks like you did as well. So congratulations. We all made it to Friday. The weekend is here, and we start out with some weather news.
Yeah, today is the day you want to make sure that you keep your eyes on the sky. No burning today for sure. Firefighters are expecting that we will likely see some brush fires today, unfortunately, because it is very dry and now it's going to be very windy. So no burning. Also, strong winds could be severe even without storms. So even if a storm doesn't pop up, they say the storm gust could be dangerously high. So they are asking any outdoor decorations. National Weather Service says bring those inside. Gardening equipment, basically anything that could become a projectile, bring it in.
Well, and I know we can, there's parts of the country, a big swath of the country, actually, mostly to our east. We're on the outskirts of it, but could be expecting tornadoes and those sorts of things. So make sure you stick around for Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather. Tell us what we can expect. I know Convoy of Hope's disaster services team has been telling us about this all week, saying that it could end up being something that they have to respond to. So they are ready to go. Hope it doesn't happen, obviously.
Yep. All right. Missouri's new governor, Mike Kehoe, says law enforcement across the state just got some new tools in their tool belts. The public safety bill that he heavily campaigned on passed. With that, law enforcement efforts to crack down on illegal immigration will ramp up. He says the bill will also create a committee to address gun violence in schools, among other safety measures.
Okay. Southwest Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson says he will host a town hall, but it will be a virtual one, not an in-person town hall. A group of people gathered yesterday outside his office in Springfield protesting what they say is a lack of accountability because he's not agreed to hold a public town hall meeting. His spokesperson said, quote, in-person town halls have become a target for organized opposition groups seeking to disrupt meaningful discussion rather than engage in constructive dialogue. That's simply not productive, end quote. In response, Congressman Burleson says he will host a virtual town hall on Wednesday, March 26th. So coming up. The trade war, as you know, continues. Specifically, Walmart in this case is feeling some of the effects, and maybe customers will too. Bloomberg News reporting Walmart is hoping for a quick solution to the tariff issues with China, as I think most are. To relieve prices, Walmart is asking some of its Chinese suppliers, of which there are many, for significant price cuts to offset the tariffs cost, which is otherwise being passed on right now to consumers.
Yes. All right. The Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium here in Springfield got quite the honor, quite a nod, really, I guess you could say, from the USPS, United States Postal Service. They dedicated some new freshwater fishing lure stamps at Wonders of Wildlife. The Forever stamps show 5 popular lure designs, all of which played a significant role in fishing, the history of fishing.
Well, that's cool.
I know, that is cool. That's kind of
Fisherman, our boy, he's not a stamp collector, but he may like those because it's got fishing stuff on it.
Yeah, anything fishing, he is up for. Yeah. Wait, you know what? Sorry, I wanted to say this. Back to the trade wars thing. You were talking about China and Walmart negotiating with them to try to lower the prices so that they don't have to pass on the tariff cost to consumers. I was driving home last night down South Campbell. I was on South Campbell at one point, and the flashing neon signs at the car lots said pre-tariff sale. And I don't know why, but it cracked me up. Like, it was just like the advertising, I guess. I was like, that's funny. That's catchy. And I mean, and apparently true. Like, I guess they're doing a sale with the pre-tariff prices, but
well, you got to capitalize on what's in the news. And if people think that they can save money pre-tariff, then
right.
Maybe they'll sell some cars, get those cars off the lots.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
Anyway, it kind of
smart. You sell, right?
Right. Yeah.
You got to do it.
Okay. Sorry. Moving on now. Wonders of Wildlife and the stamps. And now this 65th year for Silver Dollar City is underway. just in time for spring break. And we've had some nice weather this week, so that's helpful. They just actually opened yesterday. They totally should have opened like Monday because it was so nice this week. But they officially opened yesterday, so it's underway. The season's underway. Hours right now are 9:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. And many schools started spring break today. So I'm sure they're going to be slam packed over the next several months, but maybe not today because of the weather, but otherwise.
Yeah. I think people are ready to get outside after the winter. And when you have an opening date anywhere around now, even baseball, which is coming up, you could have 80, 85 degree weather, or there could be literal snow. You really have no idea this time of year. It's a crapshoot whenever you set that calendar, a year in advance, and you're like, well, that week looks good, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. And you hope for good weather.
Yep. So here we are, but I'm excited about it. I love going to SDC.
Yeah. Yep. We told everybody about International Women's Day that was coming up for Convoy of Hope. It was last night, and it was, by all accounts, a big success. There were two groups. We had two programs over there, and two identical programs, and there were, 700 women in each program filling up the auditorium that we have at Convoy of Hope. So sold out crowd. Women seemed to enjoy it. And that was cool. We had Kathy Ireland, who is a incredible businesswoman. And it was the business talk really that she gave. What? Oh, it's my picture with Kathy Ireland.
That's my husband with Kathy Ireland.
Yeah. Kathy Ireland, listen. Guys my age know who Kathy Ireland is. When we were younger, when I was a teenage kid, she was a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. So what am I going to do? But I got to meet her.
I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what that was about. I'm not sure.
She's an incredibly nice woman. I got to meet her, but I did text Sarah the picture of she and I together. When one of the TV stations, Jeremy Rabe, was there to do an interview with her as well. So I set that up, and I helped set up the camera for that. And I met her for that. And then I was in the program with her later. But I texted Sarah a picture of she and I together. And I told Sarah that, listen.
Of her and I together anyway.
I'm not so sure about that.
I texted a picture of her.
Okay,
and
maybe
me.
That's right.
It should be her and me. Everything about that sentence was wrong.
It's hard to do it on the fly.
It is, I know, and you did,
so
and so it made me
laugh.
But
it's easy to,
and I couldn't let you get away with it because you're about to probably throw me under the bus. So I had to at least fix your grammar.
In your seat, it's easier to hear it and know that it's wrong than to say it and get it right.
So
anyway,
you guys,
whatever.
Let me just tell you what Ethan's text says. Are you ready for
me
this?
And Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, it says babes because that's what he calls me. Kathy Ireland is married with grandchildren. I'm married. What are you worried about? You have nothing to worry about.
Did you just blow the text? You didn't read it properly? So I just wanted to reassure Sarah that, just because we took a picture together doesn't mean anything.
It made me laugh.
Kathy Ireland. I did.
Wait, I just want to know. This is what I really want to know. Did she talk about being on Sports Illustrated?
There was a video intro for her, and yeah, that's part of it. She was a model at a young age. I think she became a model at I forget 13.
I understand.
13, and she did that. She also talked about how predatory it was, when she was a young girl in that industry. Yeah. She said,
Yikes.
I mean, she basically said there's a lot of creeps, so you got to watch out. Anyway, she talked about that a little bit as she was talking about one of the big things that she talked about is how she learned rejection. It was good for her to learn to be rejected, to learn later, because once she stopped the modeling, she became a businesswoman, and that no fear of rejection and not accepting rejection was what made her an incredibly successful and wealthy businesswoman. So it was good. It was neat to hear from her. Hillary Scott was there from Lady A. She performed, I don't know, four songs, I think. She sounded great, and it was just her and her husband. It was her and her husband. He was really good too. He played everything. He played the piano, he played the guitar. So he was really talented. And it was just the two of them playing a couple of Lady A songs. Thy Will Be Done, which is one of her songs about, she talked about a miscarriage that led to that song. So it was a great night. It was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of people who we know, Sarah, who were asking about you. And I said, well, she's got the job of running kids around tonight.
Yeah. Somebody's got to hold down the fort. Happy to do it. So
like
Ethan
nonstop.
was the testosterone for the evening, and I was chauffeur. So
hey,
there you go.
Did somebody tell you that? Did somebody tell you testosterone?
That you were the one token man
Yeah.
who had to be a security guard for Kathy Ireland, the former Sports Illustrated swimsuit model? No.
Dave Meyer was her security guard.
That's funny. It's funny because what makes it funny is because of her history. That's what makes it funny.
Well, yeah, that's what it does.
I did the commercial, in fact, and I was like, businesswoman, yep. Entrepreneur, yep. And business, whatever.
Attractive
the third
lady.
adjective. Yeah, attractive woman.
Attractive lady. I may or may not have sent the picture of the two of us together to my friends.
I'm sure you did. If I ever meet Jim from The Office, I would do the same thing.
And I would expect you to.
You would expect me to. So yeah, I would.
All right. Well, that's all we got. It was
all
a
we
great
got.
night. It was a great night.
We digress.
We'll have another International Women's Day next year, and hope you all can come.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Okay, we'll see you Monday, and happy spring break to, I think, a lot of students start today. So that's exciting. That's exciting.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Make sure you stick around for Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer, because we got some weather to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, March 14th, and we are talking about the chance for severe weather in the Ozarks today. There is a lot to get to in this forecast, and wind is the big story of the day. Incredibly windy across the Ozarks today. Temperatures this morning starting out in the upper 50s, and we're going to be in the 60s here shortly. It will be a warm day in the Ozarks with highs in the 80s, but there are multiple hazards to talk about today. Number one being the wind that we're going to have out all afternoon. And second, there's severe weather in the forecast that happens later this afternoon into this evening. And severe weather is looking possible for many in the Ozarks as we head into the second half of your Friday. So can't all be calm and perfect spring-like days like what we had around yesterday. Today, the big story is a severe weather outbreak across the middle part of the country. We will see additional chances for high winds in the forecast with the thunderstorms, but even non-thunderstorm winds are going to be pretty incredible today. We have high wind watches, we have wind advisories, we have red flag warnings out for the Ozarks today, all related to the gusty winds. Non-thunderstorm winds could gust to 55, maybe even 60 miles an hour. That is unreal. It is going to be an incredibly windy day, even without the thunderstorms. And I think doing anything outside today is going to be giving you kind of a headache. Maximum wind gusts today, anywhere from 45 to 60 miles an hour. I think the highest wind gusts are going to be along and west of Highway 65. So keep that in mind. Out along I-49, that's where the highest winds will be across the Ozarks today. We will see gusty winds everywhere, and it doesn't really let up. This high wind watch starts at 10 a.m. today, goes until 8 p.m. tonight. Sustained winds anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour, and gusts will be even higher than that, even close to 60. So that could cause some damage on its own. We've also got a wind advisory that goes into effect for areas east of Highway 65 from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning tonight. So the wind is going to be a problem today. everywhere in the Ozarks. Now, with the wind and the low relative humidity, we also have extremely high fire danger, and there's a fire weather watch for very strong winds and low humidity, creating these really volatile conditions across much of the Ozarks and really most of the Midwest. We're under this fire watch, as well as portions of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas. It goes well up into Nebraska. Critical fire danger across much of the country today. It's really important that you avoid activities that could cause a spark or an open flame. Conditions are just too dangerous today to get any of that going. Winds could gust to 55 miles an hour. I told you that's the non-thunderstorm winds. And then thunderstorms arrive late this afternoon into this evening. I'm thinking the thunderstorm window in Springfield is anywhere from 4 p.m. to about 8 p.m. tonight. It should be a quick moving line of storms, and coverage does not look all that impressive. This line will become more well-defined as it moves east of the Ozarks. I'm thinking the Highway 63 corridor is when these thunderstorms really start to get organized. Winds will be the big deal with gusts to 80 miles an hour, but there's also a chance for some golf ball size hail as well as a brief isolated tornado with this line of powerful thunderstorms. So severe weather definitely on the table for us later today, with the highest chance out in the eastern Ozarks. Then this weekend, things look better, cooler, but better. We will see tranquil conditions for you both Saturday and Sunday. Around the country, the big headline across the country today is this severe weather outbreak that will affect us here in the Ozarks for the lower to mid-Mississippi valleys, also into the lower Ohio Valley late this afternoon, all the way into Saturday morning for the folks in the Ohio Valley. We also have critical fire weather conditions for a large portion of the country. High fire danger is a big headline across the country, so we'll be tracking that. We also have high fire conditions here in the Ozarks. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I had for you yesterday, the sun was out, it was feeling a little warm. Sunscreen required if you were outdoors for any extended period of time. So the question was, which animal can get sunburned? Do you think it's A, a snake, B, a pig, C, a gorilla, or D, a horse? Well, B, pig, is the most likely. That's why they cover themselves in mud most of the time. Pigs can get sunburned. It seems like they could. They have that sensitive, fair, pink, or even white sometimes skin. The white and the light-colored pigs especially can get sunburned. So a lot of times they take care of this themselves by just doing a little mud bath, but pig farmers know it's important to give the pigs plenty of shade, give them some shelter, and if you're really concerned about your pigs, there is apparently a sunscreen or an ointment for pigs that you could get from a veterinarian. So protect the pigs. All right, here's the question that I'll have for you on Monday morning. How many states does the Appalachian Trail cross? Appalachian Trail. How many states does it cross? Do you think it's 3, 7, 11, or 14? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. I sure appreciate you listening this morning. Everybody stay safe today, not only with the severe threat that starts around 4 p.m., but also the chance for heavy, heavy wind gusts today all through the Ozarks. Make sure you secure anything in the lawn that might blow around or blow away. Use caution on the roads. Winds will be strong enough to cause some travel problems. It's a big story in the Ozarks today with incredibly high fire danger. I hope everyone has a safe and happy weekend. Thanks so much to our sponsors, John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. We'll chat Monday.